the new $600 stimulus check, otherwise known as rebate check for virtually everyone, and all the details. Well, it's all highlighted right here in this article, which I will be popping up on the screen for in just a second, so you can see and read for yourself exactly what this says and all the details that you probably want to know. Now, obviously, I'll also explain everything for you here in this video in great detail. I'll also answer some of the questions I've seen popping up down below in the comment section on previous videos. We'll cover all of that for you here in this video, which is actually pretty interesting because this was originally talked about for the very first time just a handful of days ago, not that long ago, and we already have the official proposal, and again, highlighted here in this article. We'll talk about all that here in this video. Now, I do want to give a few really quick shout outs to Michael Fernandez, Pamela Avery, Ken Johnson, and Raymond N. The four of them, along with well over 3,000 of you here in this community, have reached out to that phone number right there to get some free help with your Medicare plans, getting better coverages, properly covered so you're not at risk of a massive medical bill, and also saving a ton of money. So the four of them I just gave shout outs to, they reached out down below in the comment section because they made the call, got better plans, and saving a bunch of money as well, which is honestly really, really exciting to see. So if you are turning 65 or retiring within the next 6 months or so or less, absolutely 100% call them. They will help you completely for free with your initial enrollment into Medicare, as well as making sure that you are properly covered. And again, they will help you completely for free. Leave me a comment down below after you talk to them. Use the word chapter, and I'd love to give you a shout out and feature you in an upcoming video, just like Michael Fernandez, Ken Johnson, Pamela Avery, and Raymond N. in this video. By the way, thanks so much for reaching out, everybody. Really appreciate that. Let's pop this article up right here, right now. Here you go. Feel free to read through this, and I will explain the key details that you want to know about this. Now, this is just one of many articles that are out there. This just happens to be one that I found that I thought looks pretty good and explains things pretty well. Okay, so quick little recap. Last Friday, the president mentioned this talk about considering a rebate payment, stimulus check is really what it is, for the people based on tariff revenues, okay? Well, then we also heard out of Josh Hawley, a Republican senator out of the state of Missouri, that he would be formally introducing legislation in the Senate to send out rebate checks. Again, stimulus checks is really what they are, to the American people based on tariff revenues, okay? Well, yesterday, we got the official proposal out of Josh Hawley in the Senate. He officially proposed a $600 stimulus check to the American people as a result of the tariff revenues coming into the country, okay? So let me point out some of the key details about this. Now, I mentioned this last night in the live stream. I had a live stream, late-ish in the evening yesterday, and I just wanted to recap here. But here's the deal. A few days ago, we saw the original talk about this that said, for working Americans, I want you to just focus on this. Who cares about the word working? Does not matter, okay? Do not get caught up with the word working. Who cares? That does not matter whatsoever. This is not necessarily for working people, okay? I get this question all the time. Do you need to be a working person? Absolutely not. Why? Because it's structured literally the exact same way as the stimulus checks that we received back in 2020 as a refundable tax credit. I'll talk about that more in a separate video. We can talk about it a little bit more later if you need me to. That has nothing to do with working, okay? We can talk about that more later. Anyway, here's what it is. $600 stimulus check per adult, $600 per dependent, okay? So you could be looking at thousands of dollars depending on how many people are in your household and how many people would technically be claimed on a tax return if you were to be someone that files a tax return. I'm just saying, we'll talk about this more a little bit later, okay? Don't get caught up with this yet, okay? Don't worry about all this stuff. Doesn't really matter. We can still easily get access to this money. Easily, okay? Don't get caught up with the words working or tax return. Who cares about all that? Do not worry about that right now. Anyway, there are some income thresholds here, okay? The vast majority of people are going to fall below this threshold. $75,000 for an individual. So anybody that earns up to $75,000 as an individual has access to this. A married couple earning up to $150,000 would have access to this. I'm just going to say this much. This is my opinion. Who cares about my opinion? I think these income thresholds are way too high. Why? We saw these exact same income thresholds a few years ago, 2020, 2021, when we got stimulus checks then. That went out to 85% of the population. Way too many people, in my opinion, they would be eligible for this. I don't think 85% of the population needs this or should be getting this, okay? Don't get me wrong. Some people certainly need it. I'm not saying that at all. Yes, absolutely. If somebody needs it, by all means, get it, right? But again, I feel like if they lower the threshold on the income, they could really ramp up this dollar amount because it'd be, the same amount of money going to less people. They could significantly increase the dollar amount per person. But that's my opinion. Again, who cares about my opinion? It doesn't really matter. All I'm just saying is that I just wish the income thresholds were a little lower and jack up that dollar amount for each person versus more people getting, the same amount of money. That makes sense, okay? All right, so that's what that's all about. Those are basically the important details that we need to know about this. $600 per adult, $600 per dependent, and income thresholds, 75 as an individual or less, 150 as a married couple or below. That is the income threshold, okay? All right, now, is it passed? No, it is not passed yet, okay? So I want to make that very clear. It is not passed yet. However, it could be passed as a standalone bill. It could be attached to basically any piece of legislation that's out there. It doesn't really matter. It could be attached to the 2026 federal budget, which needs to be passed in literally, 2 months? Yeah, 2 months from now, as I film this video. Needs to be passed. It could be attached to the next reconciliation bill, which they've already indicated and hinted will be coming in September or October. Stay tuned for that. I'll bring you more details. It could be attached to that. It could be attached to any other piece of legislation that they want between now and then. Okay, it doesn't really matter. They could attach it to anything. It could be its own standalone. They could pass it early next year with the following reconciliation bill in the spring of next year. Okay, so it's not passed yet, but this is out there. And certainly making some headlines here out of Josh Hawley and this official proposal to send out these payments, okay? One last side note I want to throw out there, which is Josh Hawley, along with Bernie Sanders, are two of the senators that advocated for us a few years ago at the end of 2020, and they got us the $600 stimulus check back then as well, okay? So again, obviously, I know there's more players in there as well. I know the president had to sign into law. I know other lawmakers had to be involved as well. But these two guys, Bernie Sanders and Josh Hawley is the guy who drafted this proposal here and introduced it yesterday. He is the one, along with Bernie Sanders, these two individuals are literally the two for the reason we got the $600 stimulus check. Stimulus check number 2 back at the end of 2020 is when they passed it. December 28th is when the president signed that one into law, okay? But this is the new one right now, middle of 2025, okay? Just want to give a date stamp on that for when we're talking about this right now. All right, anyway, hope this helps you. Let me keep you posted as we get more information. I guarantee you there'll be more information coming out about this. I will keep you posted as we get that. Again, if you are turning 65, if you're retiring in the next 6 months or so at all, between now and the next 6 months, call that phone number. They will help you with your Medicare enrollment. They will help you with making sure that you are properly covered with the proper plans, making sure that you have what you need. They will help you completely. Or if you're one of the 70 million people on Medicare, again, call them. They will help you completely for free with your Medicare plans, especially with annual enrollment opening up in about, 2.5 months or so, coming up here soon. We've got a lot of things going on. Anyway, here's a couple little quick pro tips. Bring your wish list. Again, which doctors do you want to see? Which providers do you want to see? Which networks do you want to be within? Which offices or clinics do you want to visit? Do you want prescription coverages? Do you want vision, hearing, dental coverages? What do you want and need out of your plan? Bring all that to them. They will help you out completely for free right there, that phone number. By the way, the average person that is calling is saving $1,100. Give them a call, leave me a comment down below it after you do, and use the word chapter in your comment, and I'd love to give you a shout out in a future video, just like Michael Fernandez, Ken Johnson, Pamela Avery, and Raymond N. The 4 of them, along with over 3,000 of you here in the community, have already made the call completely for free. All right, please have a nice day. Subscribe down below, 100% free. Big subscribe button. Please like the video. Thumbs up button down below. Please feel free to share that phone number with your friends, family members, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, coworkers, parents, neighbors down the street, neighbors down the hall, your social media, anybody you know on Medicare or who is turning 65 or retiring between now and the next 6 months or so. Please share that phone number. Let's help some people out right now. We all need some money. I totally get that. Otherwise, check out the other 6,000 videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy, take care, and I'll catch you again later with more updates and more information with everything going on right now. It's nuts out there.